My name is Dean Rigg. I have been here for 23 years and I am the CFO. I was born and raised in Deming, New Mexico. Lived there till I was 18 and moved to Las Cruces. I went to New Mexico State University, got my degree. Once I got my degree, I got out and I decided I want to be a banker. I started as a loan officer and eventually worked my way up to being president of a small bank here in Las Cruces. And that's how I got to know Royal and MVT. And so the first time I met him, I banked a deal for him basically. And that's how I got to know the whole institution. The reason why I applied here is because I knew the potential in the business. I knew Royal and I understood that they needed more than an accountant. They needed a banker to get in here and get this thing going and growing. And so that's one of the reasons why I came out here, because I saw that potential. And I think Royal saw the potential in me to make sure that I had what it took to be able to grow it. The controller at the time decided that he didn't want to work at MVT anymore, and I said, hey, I'd like to interview for the job. I was not an accountant, I was a finance guy, but I liked Royal. And I came out to interview and Royal looked at me and he said, so you want to quit being a banker, a president of a bank, and come work for a trucking company? I said, yes sir, I do. And he said, well, first thing you got to do is you need to go ask your wife. And I said, really? I said, okay. So stopped the interview. I went out and talked to my wife and I said, hey hon, I want to do this job. I want to quit banking and I want to go into transportation. She goes, you don't know anything about it. I said, I know. I said, but I just want to do it. It feels right. And I said, but I have to get your approval. And she said, what? And I said, well, Royal told me I had to come home and say that I was no longer going to be a president of a bank and I was going to work for a small trucking company on Picacho. And so she said, well, wow, he said that? And I said, yeah. She said, well, you have my blessing then. I said, all right. So I go back and I tell Royal, he says, all right, if your wife's okay with it, you got the job. So that's when I started. It was about 23 years ago. What that told me was that's why I wanted to work here. He thought of me and my family before he thought of the job and what I needed to do. And that's why I've been here for 23 years. And that's where I'm going to stay. So when I first got here, we had approximately, and this was 23 years ago, we had about 100 trucks. And just one company, and it was MVT. And we started off I think I had about 9 employees. When we did our first tax return, our first financials, I thought, oh my God, this is the biggest company I've ever seen. And I was so proud. And then it just started. We started to grow. We started to accelerate everything that we were doing. We had the right tools, we had the right people, and we just started to expand. And believe me, it's the right people that made this work. Not me, not Royal, it's the people around us that created the environment for us to make it grow. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here, but it's so much fun. We have grown a lot of different companies. The largest company we have is MVT, and we're so proud of it, and it's going strong. We've been through good times, bad times. We know how to go through the good times. We know how to go through the bad times. And there's always something new and always something challenging. And it's just fun to come to work every day. So MVT changed my life by allowing me to make my own career. It's something that I think this company does for all employees. When I interview somebody and I bring them in, I tell them, I'm not looking to hire you. You should be looking to come here. Because when you come here, it's almost an honor to start here. Because you do have that potential and you do have the opportunities that you won't have in another company. We grow so fast. There's so many different areas that you could go into and grow into, especially if you're good at what you do. So that's what I tell people when they come in. As far as the happiness at the job, I hated banking. It was tough for me to go to work on a daily basis. I had external regulators, I had internal regulators. I had people watching me on a daily basis, telling me how to do everything I do. What I loved about this job is it created freedom for me, because I was able to come out here and talk to Royal, and we designed plans and we thought of ways to expand and grow, and it was just easy to do because we made decisions quick and we reacted quick, and we didn't have to look behind our back to see who's going to question us. And that's why I'm happy here. We're able to do things that you can't in a big institution where there's a board of directors telling you what to do. I'm Dean Rigg, and MVT Changed My Life.